Hi, this is Coach Joe Lucas, and welcome to this episode of the Magellan Network show. Recently, one of my long-term clients was featured in one of the industry-leading podcasts. And while he's being interviewed, he mentioned my name and how instrumental I was in helping him design what he wants. And he's got a very unique practice, very unique lifestyle, and it works, right? It works at a very, very high level. And so, what happens a lot of time, which is really interesting for me, is, the people then seek me out, right? Advisors will come seek me out and, they'll hit my website, my LinkedIn profile. They'll want to chat with me, which I'm happy to chat. My philosophy has always been any advisor can have 30 minutes of my time, no strings, just to chat. I love what I do. I'm passionate about what I do. But in those conversations, and there's probably been maybe 10 or 12 in the last couple of weeks, which is a lot for me these days. I asked a couple questions, right? So one of the questions I asked is, paint me a picture where you want to be in 5 years. Very simple question. And what I get back in all cases, not some cases, but in all cases, is this kind of concept of, well, I want to make more money. I want to take more time off. I want, it's like more betters, right? And there's nothing succinct. There's nothing put together. There's no clear articulation of what they want. And the funny part about this, so just going to give you, context on this, we're not talking about people that are failing. We're talking about people with $500,000, $1 million, a couple $1 million of revenue. So by any measure, very successful, yet they're wandering through their career. And it really reminded me a couple things. And this is probably what we're going to talk about today. Number one, that's the beauty of our industry. I'm passionate about financial advisors and financial planners because I can't think of a better profession to be in where, let's face it, man, you just got to do some things pretty well, consistently enough, and you'll make a good living. I've got this saying that, show me another profession where a highly dysfunctional individual can make six figures. And I say that with straight faced. This is not a joke, right? And some of you may actually even identify with that. My own daughter is going to be going into this industry as a financial planner just because, she said, Dad, I want to do something where I can help people make a lot of money and not work very hard. It's like, hey, you came to the right person. I got a great idea for you, right? And now she's in UCF, studying financial planning. It's a beautiful business we're in. And yet with all that, I think a lot of times we do not honor it by holding ourselves as advisors to a not a higher standard, a high standard. So what are some examples of a high? Let's just talk basic one-on-ones, okay? Number one, every advisor needs a business plan. I don't care if you're Wirehouse, independent IBD, RIA, fee only, planning only, you're in business. You need a vision. Not only that, it's not a business plan. So here's kind of the secret sauce, if you will. If you're thinking business plan like, oh, okay, I need to go ahead and put together, how many clients I want and how much assets I want or how many plans I want to do or how much premium I want to do and kind of how I'm going to get that done. And then you get one of these out, right, which is the last thing you want to do, break the calculator out, right? And you sit there and kind of, pencil whip the thing to death and it never works. What I'm talking about is really a life plan that has a big business component to it. So if we talk to like my client who was interviewed, for the podcast, he's been doing planning with me for 15 years. It wasn't an accident that he created what he created. None of my clients create what they create by accident. We all have a plan. We all, including myself, I do the same thing. We all work 90-day windows with a 2-page game plan that we look at every day, if not several times a day. That is being a pro. That is honoring the profession, okay? Not some seat of the pants, fly by night, I want to make some more money. And I'm not saying these people were ethical. I mean, everybody I talked to I liked, right? But come on, let's get serious. We have such an opportunistic window these next 5 to 10 years with all the boomers retiring, all the advisors retiring. Let's just get organized and go get it. The problem is this. If you don't know why you want to go get it, why go get it? It's good enough. I make a lot of money. I like to make a little bit more. I like to take some more time away, right? I like to take, like 20 weeks off a year. I like to go work from Japan for a couple of months, right? I like to be able to do those things. Well, then why don't you plan for it? Well, then you get into I don't know. I don't think I can do that. I have the right team in place. All excuses. So number one, no plan and no good reason why not. Number two. So the second question I ask, there's other questions obviously, but we get around to this. Tell me, so how do you operate? And most people say, well, we execute a financial plan or investment plan. There's some level of planning, obviously, right, in what we do. Then I go, okay, well, tell me, do you have a financial plan? And if so, when's the last time you updated it? Less than 20%. That I found, and this is not, by the way, this is not this little sample size here. This is over probably 8 years that I've been asking this question now. So yet, here we are going to ask somebody to do a plan and hopefully in most cases pay for a plan, right? Compensate us for a plan. Hey, you need to do this. If I was a good prospect or consumer, hey, I'd love to do it. I don't need to read yours. Just show me it. Just present it to me. Show me that your financial plan physically exists. How many advisors would be able to pull that off? Right? And you know what that's like to me? And I'll give you, it's not a great metaphor, but I'll try to kind of put in some context here. It'd be like if you said to yourself, I'm going to go, I need to go ahead and I need to get fit and I need to go get energy and I need to kind of change my body. I'm going to go get a personal trainer. And you go to a place and there's a personal trainer dude or dudette, right? And they're 400 pounds and they're fat and they're out of shape. You're going to really listen to that person. You're going to look at that and say, wait a second. There's something wrong here. There's something wrong here. And yet, our industry, we talk about the imposter syndrome, right? It's like a new thing recently, right? A lot of conversation around that. I think our industry leads in that. If I took all professions, right, from CPAs to doctors to lawyers and everything, we all talk about being professionals, I would say we would probably lead the charge in imposters. And I'm not trying to indict our space. I'm just saying it's time to raise our standards. We talk, think about it, it's like an incongruency, right? Joe, I want to be, and this is my belief. Hey, we are as important as somebody's spiritual advisor and somebody's physical/health advisor. I believe we're one of the troika, one of the big three. That's been my belief for decades, being an advisor, right? Our industry will sit here and say, well, okay, we want to create more professionalism, right? So what do? We go create more designations. We go create more certifications, right? And look, I'm not going to get into good, bad, and different. They are what they are. But then we get into what really matters. Walk the talk. Have an investment plan. Have a financial plan. Have a business plan. Be a pro, right? So we want to be, held as these professional, and yet we act as salespeople. That's the best part. I'm going up to a rant here this morning. It shocks me. Here we are. Hey, I'm going to be professional. And you're like, hey, you sound like a salesperson. You behave like a salesperson. Your psychology is a salesperson. And you want to be professional. This is the problem. And it's all fixable if you reckon, step one, raise your hand. There's an issue. Then go fix, right? So that's interesting to me, from my perspective. And yet this is a beautiful business we're in. And I just wonder, and I'm not talking to anybody here specifically, but if you identify, then great. Imagine your world where you're organized, you have a vision, you have a plan, you're excited for the future. You're not just trying to survive plus or minus 5 or 10%. You really are there to do good works, help others, and be compensated for helping. Total win-win, right? Isn't that what this is about? But yet, if we go around life trying to make more money and me, so here's the disconnect, right? If your world revolves around you and only you, like, well, Joe, I've got to make, and I hear this, I need to make more money. I need to be more successful. I need to bring more revenue. Tell me why. Well, I've got bills. I got them. Yeah, but that's not going to get you up in the morning at 5:30 to do a morning ritual. It's not going to compel you to talk to your clients about outside assets. It's not going to compel you to talk to people about referrals and introduction, because it hasn't in the last 10, 15, 20 years. So the cool thing for me, it's interesting because I like, it's like a barbell sometimes. I like working with really young advisors, through my Magellan Network, because I can save them decades of frustration, right? Here's how you do it. And I love working with older advisors who think that, well, Joe, I've been at this thing 35 years. I'm 60 years old. I'm 65, whatever it is. And it's like they think they're on the backside of the mountain. And what I tell them is, look, man, here's what I think. I think your best day as an advisor will be your last day as an advisor. And if you do not believe that, then why are we here? And I tell them, I said, look, man, we're not like professional athletes. Our bodies, yes, we need to take care of our temples, right? We need to keep our body strong, our mind sharp. But it's not like we're playing a sport where, if my knees go, I can't be a great advisor. Or if I blow my shoulder out, I can't be a great planner. Your best day as a planner and an advisor, like my best day as a coach, is well off in the future. I've got clients in their 70s who are now rock stars. Their best years are in their late. The revenue and the fun and everything, the contribution is in their 60s and early 70s, not in their 40s and 50s. Why? Because why not? Now, I've been at this game 25 years. Sometimes I think in my career, I'm screaming into the forest and no one hears me. And, that's okay, because I'm going to be truthful to myself. And I know what I believe. And I'm unshakable with that. So here's my question for you. Whether you're watching me on YouTube or you're listening on my podcast, why not be great? Being average in this industry requires no special talent. All it requires you to get a license, be able to breathe, talk to some people, do the right thing, right? No windbreakers come into the office that say SCC or anything, or FBI, right? We don't want any windbreaker events. But why not just be excellent? The difference between okay and excellent, it's not that. It's a climb, but it is not like a mountain, which a lot of you tend to make it. Well, I got to make all these changes. The only change you really need to make is here. What's between your ears? The mindset. What you believe. Because if you believe you don't deserve it, guess what? Doesn't matter. If you do believe that you don't deserve success, or you're uncomfortable making a lot of money, or you're uncomfortable helping a lot of people, or you wake up in the morning and you look in the mirror, you don't like what you see, I don't care what marketing program you do. I don't care who you hire. I don't care who you affiliate with, associate with, and nothing will change for you radically. You'll be 5 or 10% better. That's it. I was just talking to somebody last week, and I said, tell me where you want to be in 5 years. And this person kind of had something, right? Well, if I can just, increase my business by 20% over the next 5 years, I'd be happy. And I'm sitting there going, listen, let's do the math on that. I'm going, why are we here? I mean, that's like sleepwalking, bro. That's like sleepwalking. And I'm not saying it should all be about the money, but I'll tell you this. I've got more than these many clients, so more than 10, more than 2 handfuls here who don't need more money. They live well below their means. They're economically secure. They can walk away from this business today, in their 40s, in their 50s. But you know what they do? You know what I help them do? Let's create a foundation. Let's give back. What are you passionate about? And I've got clients giving away through their foundation and charitable gifting millions of dollars a year that they never even thought about 10 years ago. That's really cool, right? I like that. That's why, I think about what gets me up in the morning, to do my thing, right? It's that. It's pollinating and indirectly or sometimes indirectly making things happen for people to better society. I think that's really cool. What's your calling? How do you want to go about things? See, that's what being an advisor is all about. Contribution. Yes, it's a job. Yes, it's a career. Yes, it's a business. But if that's all it is to you, you don't get it. You're not getting this. It could be so much more to you, to your family, to society. That's the position we're put in. But most of you squander it. Maybe you never thought about it that way before. I don't know. But getting back to my story about the guy with 20%, right? So I said to him, I said, man, your goals are not big enough. I said, how long? And he's been in business 25 years. So here's a good story. So he's been in business 25 years, right? And I said, walk me back production-wise. Just walk me back, right? And it's funny. It's been like $600,000 to $700,000 a year for the last 15 years. A little bit here, a little bit there. And I said the problem you have, and I use that word specifically, is that you're afraid to go big. You're afraid to think big because you're afraid to fail. You're afraid to get uncomfortable. You're comfortable. That's the problem. And that's a big problem in our industry. You're making money, your bills are being paid, you're socking away some deferred comp, or you're putting away money in your own plans, whatever you're doing, right? Life is good, and why rock a boat? And that's, if that's what you want, that's fine. It's boring. There's no passion to that. It starts feeling like a job. Well-paying job, but a job nevertheless. Human beings are most happiest when they're on a quest for greatness or great contributions, period. So if you don't have that in your life, yes, you'll make money, and yes, it'll be okay. But again, why would you want to squander this? And that's really my message today. So I'm going to leave you some resources real quick, right? Number one, I want you all to have a plan, and I'm going to gift it to you. So I've got a free resource, practicepower.net. So one word, practicepower.net. When I say free, I mean, there's no gotcha. Business plans there, daily game plans there, go do it. Let me help you. Again, on me, no strings. If you want to hang around me a little bit more, if you think I can help you, MagellanNetwork.net, right? Let me come work with you a little bit through a group environment. Love to do that for you. Love to help, right? And again, no gotchas there. No credit card, no, hey, you don't get the secret sauce or anything like that, all right? I've been, like I said last time, I've been doing this now I'm in my 26th year. I've seen a lot. Nothing surprises me anymore from, I won't get into it. That's probably, Confessions of a Business Coach, a Financial Advisor Coach. That should probably be a book. Maybe next decade we'll get to that. But for now, what I want you to do, before the year gets away from us, right? Because we're going to be in March pretty soon. Claim your destiny. Make decisions. Don't walk around saying, if I can just do a little bit more, if I can get a little bit better at something, and you kind of have that conversation, which is absolutely meaningless. Claim your destiny. Let's do something. Hey, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And again, this is Coach Joe Lucas on the Magellan Network Show. So there you have it. If you've enjoyed watching this episode of the Magellan Network Show here on YouTube, go ahead and make sure you subscribe to this channel. Also, I want to offer you a complimentary 14-day free trial to my group coaching and mentoring program, the Magellan Network. So go ahead and visit MagellanNetwork.net. That's MagellanNetwork.net. And I'll hook you up 14 days, no strings. I promise you that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on our next episode.